Nothing's gonna ever keep it down. You're the best of my heart. Nothing's gonna ever keep it down.
What up, players? It's the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to the third day of September 2025. My name is Nick, and I present to you Radio's Big J.
Hello.
Hey, how did you say that?
I don't know. I meant to say
Halo?
Yeah. Halo. I'm thinking Star Set.
Well, you nailed it.
Thank you.
You sounded just like Dustin when he sang, and I picked it up right away. Happy Wednesday to you, Big J. Happy morning after fantasy football day to you, my friend.
Yeah, we got a draft tonight.
We want to invite each and every one of you out to McCleary's Pub. It's happening on Orchard this very evening from 5 to 7. That's when we're going to be out there signing people up to be part of the morning after fantasy football league. But if you think we pack up at 7 o'clock, that's where you're dead wrong, everybody. Because right after the broadcast ends, we start pulling names, we get everybody in the league, and then we're going to do the live draft right there at McCleary's Pub because the season starts tomorrow. Tomorrow night is the first Thursday night game. You got the NFL kickoff, so we are going to do the draft. You know the lineups. You know who's hurt. You know who's playing. You know who's on what team at this point. And so now you can really buckle down and go, these are the players that I'm targeting for my season. And we will see how season 19 goes with weekly prizes from McCleary's Pub ready to go. It's going to be a fun night. I'm looking forward to it, Big J. Agree or disagree?
Totally agree. Had a family draft to get ready last night.
Okay, how did it go?
So good. I was a fourth pick.
Nice. Did you take Ashton Genty?
Damn right I did.
What a shocker. He went first overall in a draft I did this
I'm telling
weekend.
You, I tried. Well, and that wasn't even was that a Boise-based one?
No, it was the player the guy that took him was from Boise, yes,
okay.
But it was from players all over the country.
That's going to be the case. I mean, any Boise State honk is going to, and it's not a terrible place to pick somebody like Ashton Genty.
Well, first overall, I think it might be. But the justification was it was a keeper league, and he wanted to make sure he had Ashton for the foreseeable future. And that was why he went number one overall. But I was like, listen, I like Ashton Genty too. And I know he's going to go early. But you cannot justify taking him first overall.
Sure, you can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, why not?
Because
he's going to get the ball a crap ton. That's what you want from your number one pick.
But you also want a good offensive line, which Ashton Genty does not have in Las Vegas. But listen, we'll see. Time will prove somebody right. I'm sure he'll have a great season. I'm not saying he's not going to. I just think he will not be the number one overall running back in football.
He'll be my number one pick.
Of course. But we will see where you go, Big J. He'll be. My guess is, unless you get number one or number two, he'll be gone. In our league as well. But it's okay. Better players for me. I'm all right with that. And so we have an opportunity for you to join us because it's open season. Outside of Dell, who has a lifetime berth in the Morning After Fantasy Football League for winning the first season.
We can't take that away.
No, it would be jerks of us to take that away. We thought it was a funny and stupid prize for the first season.
Strip it away from my wife.
Well,
who was like the second winner.
Yes, I understand, but that you can understand why that makes a little bit more sense, right? Your wife not eligible to win any prizes.
Listen, my marriage barely survived that.
But look at her now. She's in your own fantasy football team, right? She's in that league, isn't she? And how does she do?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't pay attention to it.
Well, yeah, she struggled.
Oh, no. Well, see?
It's been a minute.
So we got ourselves an opportunity for you to join us and be a part of the fun tonight, so we want you to do that. Again, McCleary's Pub on Orchard is where we're going to be. Make sure you join us and have some fun with us this very evening because we want you to be a part of it. You're going to hear us talk about it ad nauseum today, but wanted to kick off the show with that. Big J will have a movie review for you. That's going to happen today. We have Everclear tickets to give away, Battle of the Bands tickets to give away, and we play music. Some Guns N' Roses kicking things off here on the X-Rock.
Important stuff. Launch newsfeed. On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
Big J, sometimes litigation is the way to go if you want to get your way. Especially if you have a house that's next to a park and you hate pickleball. Because a family that has been arguing back and forth with Boise Parks and Recreation has forced the closure of a couple of pickleball courts at Willow Lane and Manitou Park following a legal settlement. Both locations are going to transition back from pickleball into tennis-only use, according to the city. Now, back in 2018, Parks and Rec changed these particular courts from tennis to pickleball because, well, listen, the sport has become pretty popular. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, very.
But if you are unfamiliar with how pickleball works, it's essentially a giant game of ping pong. And it's a game that has, I guess, a little bit more noise than your standard game of tennis, although I wouldn't say it's much louder. I mean, the balls make a noise when you hit the racket in tennis as well. I
don't think it makes a lot of different noise in tennis at all.
But it is a little bit louder because the rackets are wood, and so it makes like a ping pong ball sound, kind of. But it's a little bit louder because you're playing essentially with like a wiffle ball. But there was a family apparently living next to the courts that had decided to sue the city over the sport's, quote, severe and persistent noise. And so the city has like, okay, we hear you. So they tried a bunch of things over the last couple of years, including limiting playing hours, closing the course 3 days a week, installing sound barriers. But all of these prevented the lawsuit from going away. And so the city's just like, fine, whatever. We will make it go away. So, I mean, I don't understand it, but I guess I don't live next to a pickleball court. I don't know how annoying that would be. I think I would be okay with it no matter what, but I guess I am a normal person. And they tried closing the windows, and that wasn't working, and so the family ended up complaining all their way to making it stop. So there will no longer be pickleball there. Still plenty of other pickleball places to play, but a bummer if that's the place that you would go to play pickleball on a regular basis.
Yeah, especially if it's close to your house.
Right. When somebody takes away all the fun, it's a real kick in the jeep. And all it takes, I guess, I mean, listen, it's 2 years of litigation, so it's been a while. But, like, that's a family that's got to have a lot of money, too. You know what I mean? Like, They're just not letting it go, and they're doing it. And this is what happens when we get old and bored and have more money than we know what to do with. We sue a city over a pickleball court. But, hey, they won at the end of the day, Big J. So 1-0, the guys that complained. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the rich whiners, 1-0.
That's right. Big J, the Philadelphia Eagles' infamous tush-push play. You're familiar with the concept,
Oh, yeah.
The quarterback sneak gets a little bit of a boost from players in the backfield. They push him against his backyard. That play now has an official sponsor, Big J, Dude Wipes. The company will provide social media content featuring the Eagles, offer free samples of Dude Wipes at team-hosted events, and be involved with post-game shows that only highlight the tush pushes of the game in a special edited-down version of things. So,
holy hell. Like, this is terrible. Do you know why it's terrible?
It opens up a floodgate that should not be opened up.
Who thought, you know what, we should sponsor a play?
I mean, it shouldn't even be allowed. It almost makes me feel like because they're now getting paid to be a part of it, that they're going to call this plenty more times a game now so that they get additional.
No,
I don't know.
I mean, they're going to call that on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. It doesn't matter. But the point is that this is really amping up the advertisement on the NASCAR. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, holy bleep, this is like, oh, hey, it's another Post play brought to you by Post cereal.
Flea Flicker is going to be brought to you by Raid soon. I mean, it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop.
Man.
And it is a dangerous thing.
Marketing people are too smart sometimes. Knock this off.
It's a dangerous thing that we are doing here. But yes, the Tush Push now has a sponsor. I imagine on the Eagles broadcast, their little icon will pop up in the replay. I mean, you know how this is going to go. It's crazy. But off topic, Big J, have you ever used Dude Wipes? Are they
No,
Big J
I haven't.
approved?
No, I haven't.
All right.
What do you do with them?
I believe you wipe your butt with them when you have to go poo-poo in the potty.
I don't like
Wet stuff.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's weird.
Are you excited about Marvel Zombies, Big J, an animated miniseries that premieres September 24th on Disney+?
No, I'm so over zombies times 10.
Oh, come on.
I don't care if they're Marvel zombies.
It features Blade's MCU debut. Now, there's not going to be any movie.
He's a vampire!
But he's got to kill those zombies, Big J. That's why he's there. But they're bringing back a bunch of people from the actual films to voice their characters for this particular miniseries. Basically, it's going to be very interesting. The trailer has dropped. If you're into it, you are very into this. I also am checking out. I have been disassociating myself from the Marvel animation side of things just because of my pure disappointment in the What If franchise. But if you are interested It is coming to Disney Plus on September 24th. So you can check it out there, and the first trailer has dropped. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X-Rocks. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, the future. Who knows what it holds, right?
Yep.
But there are a lot of people out there that believe that astrologists can hold those secrets to what maybe your path is going to look like in the future, what your life could be looking like in the future. And maybe, astrologists use things like, the zodiac and how things work to maybe help you figure out complicated decisions in your actual life or what your future looks like. How much do you believe in things like that? Like, do you read your horoscope or anything like that?
No.
Have you ever?
Yes.
So did something happen where it turned you off it, or did you just I don't know why I do this anymore?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know why I do this anymore.
So you're not much of a believer in astrology or what your sign dictates for you or the kind of person that you are or your personal life outcome?
Nope.
You believe you storm your own path, as it were?
Yes, all of the above.
Wonderful. Well, guess what, Big J? Science agrees with you.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They did a 40-year study, Big J, about the zodiac, about astrology, about signs, about how it all kind of breaks down. And, if you know anything about astrology or the zodiac, you know that, depending on your sign, it's supposed to dictate particular personality traits about you. And what they found was a lot of the zodiac stuff is just absolute bunk, especially when it comes to predicting life outcomes and personality traits and things like that. Basically, what they found was back when this whole thing started, they used a lot of tricks and usual carnival kind of things where they're like, if you keep things broad enough and general enough, odds are there's going to be enough people that fall into that description that makes it think you're talking about them, and therefore the legend and the story builds upon itself, and that's the way this stuff works. But essentially what they did was they ended up swapping charts randomly with different kind of life signs and all that kind of stuff. And the results, Big J, they barely changed in any way, shape, or form. So while astrology may still be fun, it could be a passion, you could enjoy those kind of things, they are imploring you to understand that it doesn't have a lot to do with anything in real life or your present or your future. It's just a good time, and you're more than happy to have those if you want to. But try not to lean into it too much, where you go, you know what, I'd love to go and do this tonight, but Mercury's in retrograde, and so it's going to be a real drama-filled night for me. That's just an excuse that you're using for whatever reason to not do what you really want to do, and that's okay, too.
I believe so, yeah.
But it's just something that you should know that, I can't do this because I'm an Aquarius, or, you know what, I'm a water sign, so it's going to be real difficult for me to pull this stuff off. That's just you trying to find excuses for something. But it's okay. It's been used since the dawn of time. It will continue to be used in the future. And if that's how you want to define yourself, there's no harm in it. But there's also no reality in it either. You understand?
Right.
And sometimes you need these wake-up calls, Big J. I mean, I don't want anybody listening to the show realizing my life's been a lie, but it wouldn't be the first time, I can tell you that much. So maybe it's something that you need to know and these talks that you need to have with yourself. Morning After with Nick and Big J. How was the movie Big J watched last night? Thursday Murder Club on Netflix. Big J had a birthday last week, so now he's dealing with a lot of people. Watched a movie about basically his contemporaries, and he will find out what he thought about it, and so will we. That's happening next on the X-Rocks.
Important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Team Mazda and the pre-owned superstore. Getting finance at Team Mazda even easier thanks to GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved. No effect on your credit, so check it out today. Log on to GoTeamCredit.com and see what vehicle you can get into over at Team Mazda and the pre-owned superstore. Big J, according to new research, the average adult, that's people like you and me,
That's we're average, man.
we'll spend 4 years of our lives on the sofa. Feel like I'm north of that.
I feel like my back says way more than that.
The average person spends 975 minutes or 3 hours per day lounging on the couch. Maybe that's, I don't think I'm that high. So maybe it's not that much. Eating, sleeping, working, watching TV, that kind of thing. Over a third can't imagine going a day without their happy place and a little bit of sofa time. Big J, do you fall in that category?
I don't. Let's see. Well, right now I haven't had a chance to talk about our sofa. It's a real mess right now. Maybe we'll get to that later this morning. But my hurts my back. Most couches hurt my back, so I try not to sit in them. I'd rather sit in some sort of chair.
Okay, well, I imagine we're counting it as the same thing. Like you just sitting down on your duff in front of a TV, not doing anything.
Yeah, it's like 18 hours a day.
There you go. 43% say they spend the most time on their comfortable place at home. Common lounging activities include binge watching TV, working, napping. However, only half regularly clean that particular furniture. And 61% never consider the fact that that particular piece of furniture probably pretty gross. To maintain a fresh furniture, sofa, chair, whatever, 75% have rules like no shoes, food, or any kind of thing like that allowed on the sofa. Are those rules like that in the Big J house? Can you not have your feet on the furniture, or can you not eat on the furniture, or is that okay?
No, there's no rules.
What about pets? Do you allow pets in the furniture?
Yeah, of course.
Experts advise being mindful of your furniture absorbing more than just your weight over time. It also picks up all your sweaty and stinky odors, Big J. So give that good thing a once-over every once in a while, would you please? Thank you.
Yeah.
The NFL regular season kicks off tomorrow. Are you excited, Big J?
You betcha, man.
Of course, we have the Morning After Fantasy Football live draft tonight. If you have always wanted to be in the Morning After Fantasy Football League, join us because it is an open call. We are not picking any teams until this very evening, and you got to be present to be a part of the Morning After Fantasy Football League because we're doing our draft tonight. And then on Thursday, the games kick off. That continues on Friday, too. There's a game between the Chiefs and the Chargers in Brazil, so don't forget that. We've got Thursday football, we've got Friday football, you've got Sunday football, and you've got Monday football this week. But that game on Friday, you better enjoy it while you can, because there will not be a Friday game next year. A law from 1961 prohibits the NFL from broadcasting any games within 75 miles of high school or college football games from the second weekend of September through the second weekend of December. This year and last year, we've gotten games on Friday because the NFL season started early enough in September to bypass those regulations, but next year will not be the case. So there will only be, it's confusing as to why that's a thing, but this is why this is the last Friday game for at least a year. So there's that to look forward to as well. Of course, I'm not sure the Chiefs and Chargers are happy about being in Brazil to kick off the season, but you know what? It's football, baby, and that's what we do. Until it's taken over 7 days a week, we will not be happy. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes.
And that's, I'm sure, 2 or 3 seasons away. Big J, what's Charlie Hunnam up to? Do you know?
I don't know. What is he?
Here's what I do know. He's not making King Arthur movies, Big J, much to your chagrin.
Yeah.
But he is in talks to play Lizzie Borden's father in the new Netflix Monster season. That's season 4 coming up. That'll focus on the 1892 axe murders. We already know that Ella Betty has been cast as Lizzie. We know Rebecca Hall will be her stepmother, Abby. We also know filming will begin here in about a month, and it will have likely a late 2026 release, probably around Halloween if I had to bet. And I also know that it doesn't work out well for Lizzie Borden's father, so probably won't work out well for Charlie Hunnam in that series, no offense. Now, I'm talking performance-wise, I just mean the story doesn't end well.
Yeah.
In that particular case. But these monster seasons have been a very big success for both Ryan Murphy and Netflix, so it's probably good to get Charlie back in front of some faces, right?
Yeah.
Because, he does a lot of things really, really well, but some of them don't get seen for a while. I'm trying to think of the last thing I saw him in.
He picks a lot of stuff like that.
He does. I know he was in The Gentleman, but that was like 5 years ago. So
yeah, he's been in a couple things that have been real low key.
Yeah. But he's very good in them. He always is really good in whatever he decides to be a part of. But yeah, he really needs something I think that gets him in front of people again, that reminds him how good and talented he is, you know?
Yeah.
Because,
Let's get him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay. What role would you like to play?
I don't know.
You got to have
one
a
of
role.
6 billion that they have, apparently.
But, you want him to be a good hero, don't you? Or do you want him to be a bad guy?
He'd be a great bad guy.
Which reminds me, the last thing that I saw Charlie Hunnam in was when he was doing the Zack Snyder Han Solo role in his Star Wars ripoff that was on Netflix. He was in that.
I never bothered to watch that.
It's a very C+ kind of a thing. It's not good. It's very clearly a Star Wars ripoff, but it's not great. It's not as good as Snyder Bros will make it out to be, and it's not as god-awful as everybody that hates Snyder is. It's just mid.
Here's my problem with that, is like a movie of that stature that's supposed to be that big. I can't watch that on my TV. I want to see that in a theater with, surround sound and stuff. That's why I haven't touched it, man. That experience is something I really miss with the streaming movies that go right to streaming.
Yeah, I get that, but this movie, while again, Rebel Moon, it's called. Thank you. The whole series, and then they did the director's cuts, which is another problem that I have with like that whole facade. It's like, so Zack Snyder's famous for the director's cut, but the problem is Zack Snyder had complete creative control over
there's
the
no
entire
reason
franchise.
It should be all just a director's cut.
Right. Netflix was never telling him what he could not do. And he just made it longer and had more sex scenes, really, is what it boils down to. But either way, it's available on Netflix, and so that is the last thing. And I don't think it was well received, and I don't think a ton of people watched it. So another reason why I forgot Charlie Hunnam was in that, to be perfectly honest. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We have got your We're Going to Hell story. That's next on the X Rocks.
Oh, man, we're going to hell. What the hell? The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Guys, we don't say it enough, but check in on your grandparents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're lucky enough to still have them around,
God bless you.
Just make sure everybody's all right, Because, listen, it's a very, I imagine, confusing time. We talk about if you're Gen X, you've bridged that gap of where you grew up, there wasn't a lot of technology and accessibility to anything the internet created or anything like that. You had to go play outside, etc. And I'm not pretending I had a rough childhood. I'm just saying, video games in your home didn't come around until you were almost double digits unless you wanted to play Atari. You know what I mean? So you had this kind of life where you realized what it was like before cell phones were everywhere and we were all staring down at our wrists and the internet was just omnipresent. And then you also were, if you played your cards right, able to transition into the world that we currently live in now, where you're able to understand the way that phones work and how viruses work and all this kind of stuff. So the Generation X, those of us that are almost 50 or in our early 50s, we kind of are able to navigate this world. But our parents and our grandparents, man, once they get up there, everything is like a bunch of beeps and boops. You know what I mean? It's tough.
Well, I'm starting to get it, Nick, because I'm running out of bandwidth to understand, the newer stuff.
Sure.
And so I kind of get what's happening and why they're that way. But listen, it's going to happen to us. We're going to be out there, and when it comes to some of this new technology that happens. But so I get it, man.
Eventually, the world will pass us by. There's no doubt about it.
That's the hardest thing to get over here. Is I'm about to turn 50 next year. The world passing me by.
Don't worry, I'll barely bring it up. And so, as you hit that particular mark, there's going to get a point where you're going to start to be all discombobulated, where you think you're doing things right. So just check in on people to make sure they're not getting worked over. Like this poor woman in her 80s was scammed out of $67,000, Big J.
That's messed up.
After somebody emailed her and said that they were an astronaut stranded in need of money. And then they started this online romance where grandma was probably just happy she was getting any kind of attention at all. You know what I mean? Probably been alone for a long time.
Oh, man.
And somebody was trying to really feed into that loneliness and realized there was some money put away and pretended to be an astronaut that was stuck in space and aboard a spaceship facing an emergency.
I'm Ryan Gosling. I'm stuck up here.
Right. It's Project Hail Mary. Help me. And so grandma's just excited she's getting any kind of attention. And he's like, listen, here's the deal. I need to get money wired to me in order to get out of space. And I don't know how you pitch the story, but she fell for it hook, line, and sinker, right?
Man.
So according to her, This gentleman that she met online said that he needed money because they were making him pay for oxygen up in this spaceship that he was stuck in. And so she started sending him thousands of dollars at a clip. Pow, 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 pow. And apparently this is an ongoing scam that targets a lot of seniors across the world because obviously the aging population is usually isolated. They usually have some expendable income, and they're also vulnerable to emotional stories because they want to help out people. And then if they've been alone for a while and that starts to get a little bit romantic, and this, handsome astronaut's like, yeah, I don't mind 80-year-old women. What are you up to? Next thing you know, that wallet starts to get a little loose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their money wallet, Big J, please. And in 2022, another woman was scammed out of about $30,000 by a man claiming to be an astronaut stranded at the International Space Station. So this has been going on for a while as well. Obviously, this woman's money is gone. Their family is distraught. She is upset. She thought she was in love with somebody she found out online. So as always, check in with your grandma. Make sure they're not getting catfish somewhere, okay?
Yeah,
Make sure
especially if your
all right.
parents got a bunch of money laying around. Holy cow.
So experts are once again warning people about online romance or love scams. That cost Americans over $1 billion last year. And that money continues to go right out the door. And it's often the exploitation of our elderly that take advantage of this, which I've always said, special place in hell for those people that take advantage of the elderly. It's not cool.
Yeah.
It's very much not cool. So just check in on your people, make sure everybody's all right, nobody's getting scammed or in love with an astronaut, all right? Let's just double check our families and make sure that everybody's on the up and up so something like this does not happen to you. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. Coming up, we got to let you know what the Aftershock Power Hours are for today so that you can get qualified for a trip for two to Aftershock. It's next on the X.
Please fasten your belt.
Oh.
Your other belt.
It's time. Here's today's Aftershock Power Hours. Qualify for a trip to the Aftershock Festival, only from 100.3. VX rocks.
All right, a reminder, we have bonus opportunities for you to score tickets to the Aftershock Music Festival every single Friday this month, but we have one grand prize trip to give away, and you are fighting for a chance to qualify for that as well. Big J, what are your power hours for today?
Power hours today are...
Whenever you're ready.
I'm sorry. I'm just are 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Wonderful. So one's coming up in like a few minutes is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
All right. Then you're going to want to pay extra attention here in a few minutes because that's your first power hour of the day, and then you have another one coming up. What are they again, Big J?
8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Couple of chances today to qualify for our trip for two to Aftershock. So listen. You're paying attention in those hours for the artists. You're kind of prompted to find out what they are and follow along. And then you call in or you text in when you are prompted, and we will let you know when to do that. And then you tell us the correct number of artists that we play in that hour that are going to be playing at Aftershock, and boom, you are qualified. So listen closely, and you may be involved in a pretty cool giveaway, Big J. One more time.
8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Keep listening for your Aftershock Power Hours. Morning After with Nick and Big J coming up in a few minutes. Some important stuff. It's next on the X. Important stuff brought to you by McCleary's Pub. Guess what? Tonight is the night. The Morning After Fantasy Football League draft party is taking place at McCleary's Pub. This one on Orchard. 604 North Orchard in Boise is where we are tonight. We're going to do a live broadcast 5 to 7, so swing on by, enjoy. We're going to do like a block party out there at the Orchard location today. We're going to be grilling out, having some fun, doing a live broadcast from 5 to 7, signing people up to be in the Morning After Fantasy Football League. We will draw some teams there, and then right after the live broadcast, we are going to do our live draft this very evening. So if you get to be picked in the league, you're going to do our draft with us. We're going to have some fun, have some beverages, have some food, and enjoy the evening. Weekly prizes courtesy of McCleary's Pub and some great places like 10 Barrel, and then also a concert lover's dream if you end up winning the championship. Morning After's Fantasy Football Draft Party tonight. McCleary's on Orchard with, of course, myself, Big J, and the X-Rocks. Come on out and join us. We're smack dab in the middle of an Aftershock Power Hour, of course, Big J, and according to a new study, 7 to 10 Americans base major life decisions on things like vibes. How often do you rely on vibes to point you in the right direction, dude?
I don't know if I mean, I guess, does that include like gut instinct?
Yeah, I would say guts, prayers, all that kind of stuff kind of lands in the general vibes location.
I have, and I think this is what most people think. Like, if you trust your instincts, I mean, it's hard to go wrong. Like, there's been some, say, situations where I'm like, I should have just went with what I was feeling instead of overthinking it.
Yeah. But to paraphrase Rob in High Fidelity, sometimes my gut has bleep for brains, you know what I mean? And it's not great. So I can understand where things go sideways in that scenario as well. Regardless of what topic of conversation we're talking about, jobs, where to live, relationships, all that stuff, sometimes we just follow the vibes of scenarios. Of course, generational differences emerge with these particular things. The younger you are, the more likely you are to rely on social media for signs. And then when the older that you get, often it's called gut feeling when it comes down to it. Despite this, 71% of us say no regrets. We did what we did, and that's just the way that it all went down, and we go from there. Experts advise, maybe having a balance of things, like, center your decisions around things like facts and
facts.
And and then also let your gut play a role, but don't let it be the only, divining rod to where you're supposed to go, because it's just not a great decision maker all the time. It'll help you make sound choices anyway. Big J, Lee Corso's final appearance on College Game Day was this weekend, and it was a boost for the network. Game Day had its most watched episode ever on Saturday. About 3.1 million viewers tuned in on average. At its peak, 5 million people were there. Corso also had a successful last day of making picks. All 6 teams that he chose won over the weekend.
Whoa.
Ohio State, LSU, Tennessee, South Carolina, Miami, and Florida State. Congratulations. So fans decided to do the Lee Corso parlay. This is going to make sense to people that live outside of the state of Idaho because gambling's illegal here. But
gambling.
They ended up doing, betting all the games that Lee picked in honor of his final kind of game, and they won big. According to people that had taken the parlay online, depending on where you gambled, the 16 parlay had 190 to 1 odds. So if you were to bet like $10, you would make $1,900 on that particular parlay. So money was to be made if you listened to Lee Corso in his final game on Saturday, was the point that people were trying to make. Big J, Jordan Peele is one of, I guess, the country's most iconic filmmakers at this point. A lot of people say he doesn't miss. And we've been waiting for his last movie to come out since 2022. That is when Nope came out, believe it or not.
Wow.
It's been a while, and there was supposed to be a movie coming out next year. Well, that has been removed from the release schedule.
Him?
What?
Is that him?
He's producing that movie, not writing and directing it. So he is involved in it, but that is not his next film. The studio did not provide a reason for the delay or the new release date. Here's what we do know now. It's coming out in 2027. Details about the film's plot and cast remain undisclosed. The biggest problem for Jordan Peele was the strike. He couldn't write and do anything during that particular period, so that slowed down this process. Now it's getting delayed another year. I'm not sure why, but Halloween of 2027 is now the release date for whatever his new movie is going to be. We don't know the plot. We don't know the title. We don't know anybody involved in it so far. So everything's still a gigantic, big old secret. Morning After with Nick and Big J, your
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, and for Pop Culture Smackdown, we got some tickets, baby. Everclear's 30th anniversary of Sparkle and Fade is coming to Treefort Music Hall, and coming along with them, it's Local H and Sponge. Will be a fantastic show, September 16th. So let's get you some tickets here. You just need to beat Nick at Pop Culture Smackdown. Answer a couple questions right, and you're in.
208-287-1003 if you'd like to check out Everclear on us. Of course, you're going to have to bow to Big J's pop culture demands. Any particular topic today, Big J?
A little Charlie Sheen action.
All right.
Today.
Is it his birthday?
Yeah, it's his birthday.
All right. Let's see how you do in your Charlie Sheen knowledge. Hello, the X.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
This is Will.
All right, Will, you're up. Good luck.
Charlie Sheen starred alongside Michael Douglas in which 1987 film about Wall Street corruption? Was it The Boiler Room, The Wolf of Wall Street, or Wall Street?
Was The Wolf of Wall Street?
That is incorrect, sir.
Sorry. There's no wolf on Charlie Sheen's Street. Hello, the X.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning, man. Here comes Big J with your question.
Charlie Sheen starred alongside Michael Douglas in which 1987 movie about Wall Street corruption? Was it The Boiler Room, The Wolf of Wall Street, or Wall Street?
Wall Street.
That's right. Nick, which sitcom made Charlie Sheen the highest paid actor on TV at the time?
2.5 Men.
That's correct. Charlie Sheen replaced which actor on the sitcom Spin City? Was it Michael J. Fox, Matthew Broderick, or Jason Bateman?
Matthew Broderick.
Incorrect.
Sorry. Good play, though. Hello, the X.
How's it going?
Good, man.
Hey, Charlie Sheen replaced which actor on the sitcom Spin City? Was it Michael J. Fox, Matthew Broderick, or Jason Bateman?
That's correct. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Charlie Sheen replaced which actor on the sitcom Spin City? Michael J. Fox, Matthew Broderick, or Jason Bateman?
Michael J. Fox.
Correct. Nick, Charlie Sheen starred in 2 parody films mocking action movies. What was it called?
Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2.
Hot Shots is correct. Charlie Sheen's father is also a pretty famous actor. What's his name? Is it Emilio Estevez?
Sheen.
Oh, there you go. Martin Sheen. Cha-ching. Nick, eBay was launched on this day in 1995. What was the very first thing sold on eBay? Was it a printer, a broken laser pointer, or a set of gold utensils?
Now, I thought that eBay was kind of brought up as a Beanie Baby thing. It wasn't a Beanie Baby?
No.
Give me the options again.
A printer, a broken laser pointer, or a set of gold utensils?
I'll say gold utensils.
That is incorrect. It was a broken laser pointer. To a guy who collected broken laser pointers.
What an idiot.
I know. That was the beginning of
Congratulations,
eBay.
man. You got yourself tickets to go check out Everclear and Local H and Sponge. Hang on one second. We'll hook you up with everything you need to know and make sure you're all set for that fun. There's your Pop Culture Smackdown. Your headlines are next on the X Rocks.
Yes, you are now a better person for knowing this. It's Headlines on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Headlines are as follows, Big J. That's not cool. Squawk. And damn, dude.
That's not cool.
A Florida man is facing federal charges after using drones to smuggle fentanyl and contraband cell phones into prisons across multiple states, dude. Prosecutors allege that 45-year-old James Key III conspired to distribute fentanyl from December 2024 all the way till August of this year, bro.
Damn.
He targeted facilities in Florida and South Carolina. He worked with inmates to coordinate drone deliveries, camouflaging it in paper and cell phones to bypass security. Authorities say the combination of deadly drugs and illicit communications enable further criminal activity behind bars. That's not allowed in Florida, dude.
No.
What the hell's going on here? So now he's facing up to 20 years so he can find himself right in there. Although I guess he knows how to get stuff inside prison. So he's like the Red on the inside now. So that's the guy you got to go to if you need something. Squawk or damn, dude?
Damn, dude.
An Australian basketball player named Ben Griskitty sustained a fractured vertebrae after a backboard collapsed on him during a game. The 23-year-old was playing with the Adelaide 36ers when he struck the hoop's backboard, and it fell when a teammate dunked on him at the Institute of Sport Arena in Cabrera. Now, he had to wait over 90 minutes for an ambulance to transport him from the 5-minute drive to the hospital. So despite the serious injury, he's not going to require surgery, and he's recovering at home. But these are like the dangers of backboards falling on people, Big J. Hasn't happened in a while because they now again, this is over in Australia, not here stateside.
Yeah.
But remember, Shaq kept tearing them all down, so they had to reinforce them back in the day, and because he was shattering them and then breaking them. It was all sorts of crazy stuff going on. This time, the backboard broke this guy. That is not how you want to get a fractured vertebrae, I would get.
No.
And then you don't want to mobilize them and then have to wait 90 minutes with a fractured back to get the hell out of there. That sucked.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to work on that, Australia. Too busy killing. Probably the road was covered in snakes and spiders, Big J, and that's why the ambulance couldn't get there. Wrap it up with Squawk. You've heard of cats stuck in trees, right, Big J?
Yeah.
But this is a new one. Apparently, a Virginia woman had lost her pet bird, Chester, which was a toucan. And Maria, who is the owner, says that the excitement began when Chester accidentally fell into the toilet when she was cleaning the bathroom. So you don't want a toilet toucan. That's not fun.
No. Yeah.
But she reacted quickly, got him out of the commode, and then took him over to the sink for a bath where Chester, didn't like to be bathed because he was just in toilet water. But before Maria could dry him off, Chester got away and then began hiding behind the dishwasher. I don't know how this happened, but apparently it was bad because they had a bunch of bug traps behind there, and she was afraid the bird was going to get into that. So she had to call the fire department for assistance. 3 firefighters had to respond, and then they were able to get Chester out of the behind the dishwasher scenario. I don't understand how it got behind there in the first place, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like it's a toucan. I mean, they're not tiny.
No. And it could have been one of those dishwashers, I guess, that you move in and out. But if that's the case, wouldn't you be able to get to him?
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, firefighters have to intervene, and the toucan is okay now. A little bit ruffled, but he's all right. So we have another hero helping out a toucan here in the United States of America. You don't see a lot of those as pets. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
But this is probably why. They go hiding behind dishwashers, fall into the toilet. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your headlines. You're up to date on everything. But that does wrap up our Aftershock Power Hour. So if you've been paying attention, you should have a number in your head of how many artists we highlighted this hour for the Aftershock Music Festival in Sacramento, California. If you'd like to qualify for our grand prize trip and possibly a pair of tickets that we're going to be giving away on Friday, you need to get on the phone right now, 208-287-1003, and tell us the number of Aftershock Power Hour artists we have played this hour. If you are correct, you are officially qualified, and that's as easy as it gets. Hello, the X.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. How many Aftershock Power Hour artists did we play?
3 songs.
Is that right, Big J?
That is right.
Way to go, man. What's your name?
Aaron.
Aaron, you are officially qualified for the trip to Aftershock. Congratulations. For no bonus points whatsoever, do you know what the 3 artists were?
Gojira, Flyleaf, and Good Charlotte.
There's a gentleman that was paying attention.
Wow.
Well done.
Locked
That
in.
is the 3 artists. Well done, Aaron. Hang on one second, dude. We will put you on the winners list. Way to go. That's how it works. More Aftershock Power Hours coming up today, just so you know. But that's exactly how it's supposed to go down. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your headlines and everything else. We're going to talk Party at the Pen next on the X. Smashing Pumpkins, that is Rocket here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Always something happening in the Treasure Valley. And man, this weekend there is something going on that you definitely want to check out at the old Idaho State Pen, which is Party at the Pen 2025. And it's an honor and privilege to welcome back on the show. It's been a couple years, man, but it's good to see you again. Luke, who puts this whole thing together. CEO, curator, what's the official title?
I don't know. Just, everything.
Badass.
Yeah. Do it all. I've been doing better about, getting more people on board to help out, but doing it all.
It started as a really cool idea a couple of years ago, and this has turned into an annual tradition here in the Treasure Valley, Party at the Pen. And it really encompasses so many cool different things. It's hard to put a label on it, but Party's a great title because there's lots of stuff happening, right?
It's really just it's a group of artists and, people who make things with their own hands. And so whether it's bikes, it's cars, it's painters, it's everything, a little of everything. So it's really great. And we have hundreds of motorcycles that show up. We have some of the best cars in the country coming out. And then, like I said, we have tons of vendors, and they make anything from vintage clothing, jewelry, leather goods, everything. So there's a lot to see and do.
Yeah, I think vintage is a good way to describe some of it, though there is some, newer, models and stuff like that. But just like if you're interested in motorcycles or just anything cool stuff, man, this is the place to be. Plus, cool people. You've got so many interesting folks that are going to be there as a part of this, just not only vendors, but also just random, really cool people that love hanging out and doing motorcycle stuff.
Yeah, we bring out featured guests and featured artists every year, and it's kind of the who's who in the industry. And so we like to bring out those people, and they can showcase what they build and what they make. And so we have professional skateboarders coming out, Matty Matheson. There's a lot of different guys who are coming out to the show and that partake and show off their skills.
Yeah, and tattoos. I mean, Oliver Peck, you had mentioned, is going to be coming out. Of course, if you're an Ink Master fan, you know who that is. That's really cool that you have all these people there that you can showcase all sorts of different things. And then, you talk about a scenic backdrop, and you have that with the pen. You have inside, outside stuff going on. So it's a great experience to kind of picture that place maybe like you've never seen it before as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a great backdrop for motorcycles and just art in general. And like we have a tattoo artist tattooing on death row. Oliver Peck heads that up, but there's Tony Medellin is Ink Master champion, and like we have a lot of just world-class tattooers that'll be there. And then downstairs in the maximum security, we have a whole art show set up. You got the bike show. You got one of the best tintype photographers in the country coming out, Joseph Wayman. So there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot to do and see.
And one of the coolest things you'll ever see, the Wall of Death.
Yeah.
That is just a classic when it comes to vintage motorcycles, and motorcycle stunting is incredible.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this year they weren't able to make it with the conflict of of shows. But yeah, they were there last year. Hopefully they'll be there next year. But yeah, just like I said, there's just a lot to do and see at the show. We have a whole performance motorcycles, so vintage motorcycles, of course, but then we have like performance. Harley Davidson's one of our sponsors. High Desert's bringing out a bunch of bikes, and so we have like a lot of newer bikes too that are coming out.
Yeah. And you were telling us, so you got a ride that's going to be happening on Friday as well?
Yeah, Fridays. I mean, the show really kicks off kind of Friday. We have a pre-ride that'll start at TK's bar at 3:30, and we got a police escort. We're going to run around the active prison, do a loop around that, and then up to Idaho City. It's great. We go up to Harley's bar there. There's usually a couple hundred bikes up there, and then we go to the Royal in Boise for the pre-party, and then that's on Friday. Saturday show starts at 9:30, ends at 5:30, and then about 8 o'clock at the Shrine Social Club, we have the after party. We got Them Dirty Roses playing upstairs. We have DJ downstairs. Oliver Peck's going to be doing the Kickstart competition out front. We got prizes and things we'll be giving away there.
It really is taking over the Treasure Valley all weekend long. The fun starts on Friday, but the show's happening on Saturday and Sunday out at the Old Pen. You can get more information at partyatthepenshow.com, but tickets are going to be available only at the gate at this particular point, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And then also we do a giveaway, too, on Sunday. So we have a foundation called In the Wind, and we raise money for veterans who've been wounded, and we try and get them into cars and onto motorcycles. And so we're giving away a 66 Shovelhead. We're giving away Jesse James, who came out last year. He gave us one of his custom rifles to give away. We got a ZevTech 9mm to give away, custom knife, and a custom watch by Rockwell Time.
Man, getting wounded warriors onto bikes that to me hits right at home, because it's in the last couple years, mental health for me, just getting on a bike has been a big deal. But PTSD and those things, riding can heal.
Absolutely.
And so just that is an amazing charity and thing that you're doing with that part of it as well, man.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, we'll be doing that Sunday. You can buy tickets at the show, or you can go to inthewindfoundation.org and buy your tickets there as well. And you don't have to be present to win. We'll call you and get you set up.
Lots of stuff happening at the Old Pen all weekend long. So go out there, check it out, see some of your favorite people, and then see some pretty amazing sights out there at the Old State Pen. It's a really cool thing that's been going on now here in the Treasure Valley for 4 years. And we were talking off the air, man, you're expanding this thing. It's really taking off here on a national scale. So credit to you for busting your ass and making this thing look and sound and be really, really cool. I know it's a lot of work. You have to be proud of what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we expanded it this year. We did a show out in Ohio at the Ohio State Reformatory, but it's better known as Shawshank Prison. And so we did one out there in June. It was an awesome show, really great show. It's a lot larger prison, but my heart's here in Boise, right? Because this is where I'm from, and so I love this show. Also, one thing to note too is that we do kids under 12 are free. It's a totally super family friendly event. And then thanks to our friends at Harley Davidson, veterans with ID are free as well.
Awesome. So listen, vintage bikes, awesome tattoos, great artwork. You get to see the pen in a way that you haven't seen it before. It really is a family-friendly event, so go check it out. Party at the Pen 2025 all weekend long out there, and go check it out. Thank you for coming in, brother. It's great to see you again.
No, thank you guys. Good seeing you again.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Some bad impressions are next on the X.
Bad impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, and the prize here is pretty awesome, and we need your help to boot. So we're hooking you up here with a pair of tickets to the X's Battle of the Bands happening Friday, September 5th. So that's this Friday in a couple days at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center. We got 5 great bands, and we need you there to help vote. The winner will open X Fest 2025. So get on the horn and solve today's bad impressions to get these tickets.
It's going to be awesome. The 5 bands, of course, of War and Me, they're going to be there. Black Marrow's going to be there. Clear Frame's going to be there. Half the World is going to be there. And Venus Love. It's going to be a terrific time. We need you there. We want you there. We want you to be part of the fun. And if you want to go for free, get on the phone. 208-287-1003 and play some bad impressions. Hello, the X.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
This is Will.
All right, Will. Good luck.
What kind of moron are you? You don't belong in a bleeping kitchen.
Next one.
Welcome to Hell's Kitchen, where I yell at you to work faster and better.
The next one.
I have high standards for my beef Wellington and scrambled eggs.
I can't think of his name.
No!
Go to hell! You idiot sandwich!
Call him a donkey.
You donkey! Did he say
I
that?
can't think of.
He does.
Can't think of it.
Nothing, Will?
Oh, that hurts, man.
All right, man.
I'm gonna
Well,
do all this again.
Thank you for playing along. Hello, the X.
What's his name? Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, it's Gordon Ramsay.
Buddy,
CJ.
marvelous!
You didn't even have to do it again. Well done, man. What's your name?
Aaron.
All right, Aaron, congratulations. You're going to the X-Fest Battle of the Bands on Friday at the Rev Center. Why is Gordon Ramsay in the news?
Man, it's one of those things you just got to keep an eye out for, and it's something that affects a lot of people, Nick. And he revealed that he recently got treated for skin cancer. In an Instagram post, he had a basal cell carcinoma from the side of his face and neck, so he's all marked up there. He thanked the Skin Associates for their quick work. Quote, grateful and appreciative for the incredible team. Thank you. And posted some pictures of this and just telling people, hey, keep an eye out. Make sure you talk to your dermatologist about spots or moles, things that pop up. Those are things that can lead to some very bad stuff.
Yep, for sure. So, yeah, any kind of discoloration, any kind of weird things going on, new things popping up, did you know what it is? Get it checked out because early detection is always the key to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions, and we will wrap up the show here next on the X Rocks. Latest from Papa Roach, that is Brain Dead, wrapping up the Morning After with Nick and Big J here on the X. Thank you very much for listening to us. Special thank you from Luke from Party at the Pen, which is happening this weekend out there at the old Idaho State Pen. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Make sure you check that out and be a part of the cool things. Lots of celebrity guests, lots of really cool things going on out there. Definitely worth your time this weekend if you're looking for something to do. We also had a chance to get a thumbs up from Big J for the movie The Thursday Murder Club. It is available on Netflix if you'd like to check that out. And we implored you, hey, check in on your grandparents, huh?
Yeah.
Make sure everything's okay. Make sure they're not getting scammed by somebody and they're falling in love with some astronaut that says he's stranded on a space station. They're sending them thousands of dollars. Just not a great thing. But it does leave you, Big J, with the floor.
Tonight, baby, 5 to 7, we need you. Let's we've fostered this amazing relationship with McCleary's Pub. There are McCleary's throughout the Treasure Valley, and we're going to be spending a lot of time football style with them on Monday Night Football coming up here this season. And we're going to kick off the Morning After Fantasy Football League tonight, 5 to 7. Nobody's in it yet. Could be you. We'll see you out there at the Orchard McCleary's Pub at 5 o'clock. We're doing a live broadcast, and we want you to be a part of the league and have some fun with us.
Yep, it's going to be great. We're doing the live draft. We're picking teams. So if you've always wanted to be a part of it, even if you've never, your experience level doesn't matter. We just want to have fun and hang out with you and have a good time. So if you want to play fantasy football with us, join us tonight at McCleary's, and you'll have a chance to do so. It'll be a whole lot of fun. And oh, by the way, enjoy some great drink specials, some great beer, and some great food out there while we're there, too. So it's going to be a great night. We're going to do kind of like a backyard barbecue kind of thing out there at McCleary's. So join us. Let's party it up, and let's have some fun. Because damn it, Big J, it's a Wednesday, and we deserve to party sometimes, too, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. We'll see you out there tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on the show. And Jason Drew's up next. Have a good one. It's the X Rocks.
For clogged drains and